Yeah, hello. Hello there. It's me, Torrin Atkinson. It's time for another exciting episode of I Draw Something. Something. Yeah. Yep, that's me. That's gonna. Oh man, I did it again. Discord. Forgot to open Discord. And oh my God, thank you, Discord. All right, and let us now go into my personal drawing Discord live streams. I'll plug this in here and publish live now. For God's sake! All right. Today we are drawing something for Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. It's a continuation of my previous live stream. One of them. I'm gonna need to turn down the volume on the old computer. And as you can see, I modeled the this particular zombie on the Rocketeer, which I found a where is he? There he is. I found this guy on Sketchfab. Thank goodness for Sketchfab. So I was able to get the rocket just right. The pose is obviously different. The costume is obviously different. Well, for one thing, this guy's a zombie. I already did the cat. Get rid of the Rocketeer layer. You can see my cat. That was the previous live stream. Man, cat anatomy is weird. But hey, that's fun. And then we also have the deep one, which I have roughed out here. The zombie deep one. The green one was the original sketch, and then I realized I wanted to make some changes. So that's the red. We may get to that today. We may not. But for now, we are going to work on the Rocketeer. We don't need the kitty. We can get the kitty out of the way. And what do you know? I feel like, number one, this guy's head is a little too big. Am I wrong? You can see my reference for the, I wanted to get the aviator hat with the goggles. I didn't want to put the goggles on his face. I wanted to be able to see the zombiness of him. Oh man, I just had Wagyu flavored chips. Wagyu beef flavored chips from TNT here in Vancouver. And I can still taste the flavor on my whole body, really. If you don't know, in addition to my drawing skills, I'm also I listed as a snackophile on my Blue Sky. I have a series called Torrin Tries, hashtag Torrin Tries. So look for that on Blue Sky and on Facebook and on this very YouTube channel. On the YouTube channel, I really just did the fruits. When I was in Taiwan, I would do fruits that I found in Taiwan. Well, that's a good time. But I also do lots of Asian snacks, Mexican snacks, Mediterranean snacks, any snacks I can find. But that's irrelevant to what we are here for today. So let's get rid of this reference. Let's make this guy small. Where's the drawing layer? There he is. Let's make this blue. And I feel like his head could be smaller. What are we listening to right now? What is this? This is the end credits for Future Boy Conan. Have you seen Future Boy Conan? One of Miyazaki's, Hayao Miyazaki, famous for Spirited Away, Mononoke Hime, and my personal favorites, Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind, and Laputa Castle in the Sky. I think that's a little better for head size. Then we can see more of his outfit. Yeah. Anyway, Future Boy Conan, similar to Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind, set in a post-apocalyptic future. However, there are no giant insects in Future Boy Conan. And it's a series, not a movie. And it's great. Just check it out. All right, so let's see. How do I want to do this? Is this the right... First of all, is this the right pen? I think it is. What am I working with here? This is Chisel nib, 40. That looks about right. I think that's what I was doing. And so let's get an inference of the old, what do you call it, crossing in front, the X-Men style straps. A little bit of volume on there. Suggestion of volume. This might be a weird one to do. I feel like maybe his collar should be around there. If he's got like, yeah, like, I kind of wish, bomber jacket. I'm going to look up bomber jacket. That's what I needed for my reference. Bomber jacket. I wonder if there's a bomber jacket in Sketchfab as well. Vintage bomber jacket, though. Not one of these modern ones. Vintage bomber jacket. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's quite. Yeah. This is looking like it. Let me. Vintage G1 brown leather flight bomber jacket. Okay. Here's some wonderful music by our good friend Johnny Douglas, who it looks blurry to me. Is that blurry? No, it's fine. I guess it's fine. I don't know. It kind of looks blurry. Maybe it's just the background. That will give us a starting point, but I will look up on Sketchfab. Bomber jacket. B-U-M-B-E-R jacket. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's not useless. That's helpful. And then I can just see. I can just get an angle. Excuse me. Like that, I guess something like that. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? All right, well, let's do the old print screen, and here's my result from Sketchfab. Sketchfab, wonderful sketchy fab. And then you can, yeah, I think we can kind of, it's not a lot of room. And I guess the straps would go underneath the collar. Well, they'd have to go underneath the collar. Going over the collar would be. So if I was, let me grab my red layer here. Is this a red layer? Yeah. This is a red layer. Put it up to the top. Grab my red color. I feel like this is his middle. This is his center line. Shoulders, obviously, here and here. So his neck would be here-ish. And there's his chest. And so, if that were true, center line, this would be like the zippery area underneath his head. And so, this would kind of be like, yeah, really, like maybe like this. Something like that. You won't. It's a little confusing. There's a lot covered up by his head and his headgear. But I guess that's fine. You get the gist of it. I like the idea that there's patches. I hadn't thought about that. So that's helpful already. So there's like a patch here. And then we can make this more jackety. Okay, so let's put that. I'm going to name this. Let's adjust the contrast right away. Oh, that didn't help at all. Let's adjust the brightness. I like to make it nice and bright so I can see all the details. And then I hide them in shadows later. And, whoops, hello. Don't do that. And we'll call this Bomber Jacket. Pardon me. Make that yellow. So it's one of my references. There's another Bomber Jacket. Bomber 2. Even though it was the first Bomber. I don't know if we'll need this one. What's going on with the belt there? Is that normal? For the belt of a bomber jacket? Maybe it is. I've never owned a bomber jacket. I don't know. Like you can see, like, this is where his cigarette pack is. Underneath that. And then the pockets on the side. The governor laughed at me. They'd probably be like, like here, I guess. Womp, womp. You're not going to see much. I feel like a lot of it will be. We will hide in the shadows, hide in darkness. Reset view. Okay, so we can hide that. We can even hide that guy for now. Let's put that underneath there. Let's make the... What's the other layer that's going on here? This is my red. Oh, and this is my... Okay, I see. Let's make that even more transparent. And let's just draw. All this pussyfooting around. So let me zoom in here a bit. I can make the red layer a little bit more translucent, transparent. Okay. Something like that. Oh, that should be more furry looking. Let me get my real bomber. Yeah, it should be furry looking. Bam, bam. Yeah, we can make it furry looking. Okay. Bam, bam. And so it'll be covering up part of this strap we've established. Is that a piece of the... That was a piece of the hat that I was just covering up. So that's, yeah, that's not super useful. But bomber jacket, be bombering. I like that this guy, the model for this, he's got a little ponytail in his beard. All right, so this sounds like Speed Racer soundtrack. And I don't think we're going to see much over there, so that's fine. Reset view. Ba-na-na-na. And then I guess we'll do this hand. I'll do this shoulder. This hand and shoulder. Whoops. Nope. R. I want. No. R for rotate. There we go. Get it straight. Going straight down. It's not bent the right way, but that's fine. It's not a problem. Let me see my other one. That is more bent the right way. Ish. The right angle anyway. Not really. But we can get a sense of it. Let me try to get rid of this. No, that doesn't help. Never mind. Let me just cut that out. Cut this out. It's my anal retentiveness coming through. So we want it to look structurally like our bomber jacket, but also show the wear and tear of zombiness. So I don't know. Maybe I guess we'll put a hole right here. I don't know what's underneath the hole. Something to consider. Yeah. Oh, there's two? There's two seams around the shoulders? Let me check bomber one. They're kind of... Oh, that's confusing. It's hard to tell. Maybe not. That's okay, though. Let's go. Let's start over here. There's that part. More leathery looking. It is more or less straight, isn't it? That's okay. We can put some dynamic. Let me move this over Smaller. Make it smaller. We can adjust it as we need to. Right. We know that the light, we'd established from a previous live stream that the light is coming from above, directly above. So we'll take that into account. Let's just put all this in blackness so we can really get the contrast in there. What is that supposed to be? This thing I drew here. What is that supposed to be? It's supposed to be part of his let me get rid of these. It's not a Rocketeer thing. Must be the... No? Oh, I see. Right, I remember now. This is what happens when I take too long of a break between drawing things. Ooh, I'm starting to get warm. Let's turn on that little mini fan. Hey, Scott Rose, zombiness adjective, hard living day to day as you roam the earth as a zombie and don't keep your gear clean. Yes. So what I wanted to do that I had forgotten about, where is my... This is my hat. Name that layer, the hat. How's everything on the island? Mr. Rose. So reset that view. Now how do I do this? What's the best way to do this? I'm going to zoom out. Let's bring back our layer here. We got our hat, which is probably about that size. And we want to have those little straps flapping in the wind. So let me get rid of my bomber. And let me use the red layer that I have set up here. And that's all well and good. That's all well and good. Nope. And then let's have this strap. Oh, that's not the right color. It's coming out. Right? Something like that. You're fun and dynamic. And then the other one. What should I do with the other one? Let's see. Feels like it kind of would be doing the same thing, wouldn't it? So maybe, how do we get them not too samey? I feel like should one of them have a... Shouldn't one of them end in a buckle or something? But they don't. They both end in the little... They both have those little tiny holes in them. I don't know what you call them. The holes for putting the... So let's imagine, maybe we do something different with this. Maybe this one goes underneath the arm. Right? And then comes up here. Maybe that's how we differentiate them. Bear. Something to think about. But then so we have one leg coming here. This is his leg number 1 and his boot. I'm assuming I'm going to give him a boot rather than a... This is my blue layer, so let's get rid of all this. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. This is his. Maybe we have this one come out a little more. Dun, 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 dun. And then bring the viewer's eye back in around a little bit if they're following that. Not sure about that. But we'll figure that out later. So I'm having a conflict between these two elements. Here's his leg. Can have it come out not quite so much. We could put like ragged make this all ragged, I guess. Like what's the word even for? Like modern fashion sense. I saw a young lady walking down the street with jeans on, and I feel like the holes. I mean, this is an old man yelling at clouds, but the holes in her. She had more holes than she did jeans. People. And that's fine. It didn't bother me, but I just thought it was amusing. Okay, so put some more holes here, and maybe we do. I was originally saying maybe like boots and not, but maybe the boot is like cut off, and then we can see the toes here. I feel like that might be fun. And they're just like each one is a little femur sticking out. No, that's not how anatomy works. So I don't know. We'll toe knuckles. We'll figure. We'll I guess we'll come back to that. It's not bad. And the other thing we got to keep in mind is our there's our kitty, and then where is our? Let's move the kitty above the deep one. Oh no! Don't put the kitty in the deep one full subfolder. Stop it. Here's our deep one. We don't need that. Gosh darn it, we don't need that. I think that gives our deep one a lot of room. Don't need to worry about that. Okay, great. Let's pardon me. Let's figure this out down here. I feel like we don't even need that blue layer anymore. Am I wrong? Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, okay, right. We're gonna have this one. Go directly underneath. Maybe it comes out. All right, so let's finish this arm. What kind of a patch should he have? I mean, you're not going to be able to see it at the size that we're doing it. Maybe we'll do a Space Corp patch from Spaceship Zero, the role-playing game. And the Darkest of the Hillside Thickets album. Let's do that. Though I feel like maybe it would be more visible on the other arm. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay. So let's save the Space Corp logo for the other arm, and on this arm we can put. I don't know what's on the. What's on this one? Arizona. Interesting. Represent Arizona. The embroidery. I used to work in an embroidery shop. I've sewn many patches on things with a machine. I didn't hand sew it, but I'm certainly am familiar with. Okay, great. Some wonderful. Something like that. I don't know. Oh, it is already reset. Okay, great. Let's do more. Let's have more black on this side. Maybe. Something like that. And this is, I don't know, have a nice day. I'm not feeling Arizona-y about it. So here is our, feel like that, and then put a couple things there. That should be fine for the thing. Bony. Gotta make that leg bony. Don't make it too fleshy. Bony. God. What is a, I should know this. Should know what a knee looks like from this angle. There's the patella. Something like that. I feel like this could all be more or less black as well. Spotty, gross. Not. You know what? I'm not going to worry too much about that. This is where the belt would be pinching the bomber jacket, I guess. Although bomber jackets are pretty sturdy. So that's fine. I feel like we're done that leg. Bum, 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 bum. What do we got? What do we want? Yeah, let's do that other. Let's get the hat done and out of the way, and then I can just get rid of. Let's get rid of all this business. Dun 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 dun. I mean, what do we need to see here? Not much. Not much. God damn it. Why am I? What happened? Hat. Okay, R. I want to be on R. Let's bring that to the front. Just, yeah. Put a mustache. Since I originally sketched this guy out, I did add a mustache. I thought it was appropriate. Okay. Let's put the little things there. Dun 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 dun. Something like that. Again with the skinny legs. Which would make his pants nice and loose, but I don't know. Just some random tears. How do I want to do this? Oh. Okay. Some spooky Johnny Quest music. I feel like really this whole leg should be black. Let me save my work and try that and see how it goes. This is his boot. We've established. Military boot? Do I want to try that one? Pardon me. Military boot. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want right there. Load it up. So you'll be able to see some of the laces. But his toe would be... the toe of the boot, I mean, not his toes. Oops, gosh darn it. Z for zoom. So we'd have... Let me see now. Let me draw this boot. Let me draw him with the boot. And then... So here's... Right, this is where that would all be. Some kind of heel going on there. But if the boot was cut off here, yet somehow his toes survived. Sure, why not? Who cares? Who cares? It's good. Just like that, something like that. Get those nails going on in there. It's the suggestion of some eyelets. Is that what they're called? Dun 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 dun. I don't know. Not sure about this. Dun dun dun. Let's roll with it. Let's zoom out. Does it look like some kind of a leg? I'm gonna do something similar to this one. Just lit with backlight. Rim light, I guess I should say. Maybe some... That's fine. I feel like that's fine. Ba 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 da ba 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 da 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 da. Need some more fullness on that mustache to really get the volume in there. Okay. Hand. Let's do the hand. I feel like his hand is way too big. Let's start drawing it. It's zombie hand. This is like I don't remember how the veins go over the what do you call them? Knuckles. So this is a little more. Yeah, it's very zombie-ish. That looks too clawy. Not undeady enough, but we can get some nice shadows in here. This is Mr. Chesterton's dog. This is the song we're listening to right now, or we were listening to a second ago. Right. Hand. Knuckle. Something like that. Something like that. I feel like maybe even these should be. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? Did I do wrong? No, I feel like that's fine. Don't know what's going on here. Just a mess. It's supposed to be his... Here, maybe this is what I do. Save my work. Approach it from a different angle. Gonna image rotate, flip canvas horizontal. And maybe this will... It did help. Kind of did help. Kind of did help. No, we don't need those. Okay, great. And then this arm here. Okay, we can get rid of the hat. We're completely done with the hat. I feel like we are. Happy with the hat. Looks like he's spitting something up. I've got an errant particles. But now that I say that, let's add some errant particles. Oh yeah, he's supposed to be on fire. I almost forgot. Okay. How do you draw fire? Well, great question. I guess we'll find out together. Something like that. Originally, I was having fire come out of his eyes as well, but now I feel like that might be too much. Just enough fire, not too much fire. You don't overdo it on the fire. You know what I'm saying? All right, bomber jacket. Now's your time to shine again. Let's do. Oh, he's got. Did he have the same patch on both sides? No. That's cool. That's cool. This arm looks way longer than the other arm, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Because we got the kitty here, we want to get it past the kitty. So I feel like, let me think. Maybe we have, I'm gonna do black on my red layer. Maybe we have, okay, so this is the bomber jacket. This is his pocket. We established that. Seems the pocket is lower on the, yeah, da-da-da-da. So this is the seam, right? Yeah, da-da-da-da. There's his pocket, and that's all well and good. And then here is, maybe it's just completely ripped off here. And so we can see this will be the Space Corps patch. And then the rest of his arm is human arm. Let's put it a little bit lower. Shoulder. And then we can get wrist happening here. Muscle, trapezoid, deltoid. These are all the things you need to know. Something like that. Let me take a look. Maybe he's missing some fingers? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I've totally incorrectly drawn this hand. Okay. Knuckles. It's basically doing the same thing as the other one. Maybe we can get some more, a little variation on this one. Something like that. Where's the light source coming from? Directly above. That does look... Gosh, it looks a little weird. I mean, I could just have... Compositionally... Oh, okay, let me try something here. Alright, let me zoom out. Put our deep one in. If I make our deep one generally bigger, though I don't have a lot of wiggle room here. And then I take the kitty and move the kitty over to here-ish. Then I wouldn't have to stretch out that arm so much on our Rocketeer, on our zombie Rocketeer. What layer am I working on here? Maybe I'll just get rid of this blue layer. Don't think I need this blue layer anymore. Blue layer, you're gone. You're gone. You're totally gone. In fact, let's get rid of the red on the... Oh, I want non-contiguous. Damn it. Let's get rid of all that. And now let's turn that brown to red. Brown. Gray. It's not working. Why is it not working? Should be red. I'm on red. Oh, let me try this. Lock that layer. Oh, I see it did kind of do it. Okay. I don't know why it didn't completely. Just make it red. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now. Solving the problem of the arm being too long. I think start from here maybe and just shrink the whole thing. Bring that here. Still looks a little bit weird. But it is a zombie. So that's fine. I regret some of the choices I made when rendering this composition, but that's fine. It's fine. Let's let's draw. So this is going to be, let's do our, oh, I'm on red and I don't want to be on red anymore because this is no longer, let's make that red layer. It's already at 35%, but let's make it even more transparent. All right, R is our, I'm going to make those capital R's. R. And then how long was it? 43 minutes, okay. I told my lovely wife that I would be about an hour. I don't think there's any pressing engagements I need after the hour, but that's just what I said. So let's see if I can honor that. So this is our Spaceship Zero, our Space Corp logo. Which can I do it by memory? Oh my god. I'm not sure if I can. Let me think. Space Corp. It's got the rocket here. And then that, and then Space Corp, right? I think that's how it goes. I should really look at it. I want to get it right. This is the most important part of the drawing. Space Corp logo. Nope, that's for the other zombie stuff. Okay, I go to my Spaceship Zero folder. Spaceship Zero, and I'm just gonna type in logo. It should come up in the search field right away. All PDF, really? Really? Why would you do this to me, Captain Picard? I mean, okay, well, let's sort by, this can't be correct. Sort by date. Wow. Because some of them are really old, like 2001 old. Vector PDF, EPS. Embroidery scan, no. Converted? Is this it? No, that's the wrong logo. That's the one I want. Maybe I just do a screen grab. I don't want to F around with Photoshop on this one. So, okay, there we go. Gunk, 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 gunk. I can delete that. Paste that in. It's about the right size. A little bit too big. So let's. This is fun. I love it when franchises cross over. So, Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland, get ready, because here comes Space Corp. How am I gonna? Okay. So I want to. What do I want to do? I want to squash. I want to transform. Distort, skew. Skew. Maybe I do want to skew. Something like that. Skewish. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, that's fine. That's fine. So now we see. God, I keep using the wrong shortcuts. I keep using the shortcuts for my storyboarding program, which is not helpful. Okay. Now, here, for real. Ba, ba, ba. What music is this? I recognize this. Oh, this is Thundercats. Ba, ba, ba. Let's draw this in context with the rest of the bomber jacket. Okay, so bomber jacket. Goodbye, kitty. Goodbye, deep one. For now. While I'm looking at it, I really want to put some more texture on that to show that it's. All right, here's his pocket as we've established. And where's my bomber? Where's my bomber at? Ba, 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 ba. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. How do I do this? Ba, 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 ba. Oh, maybe I made his logo too high up. Damn it. Okay, let's get rid of logo for a second. Let me erase what I did. I got ahead of myself. I did it. I got ahead of myself. Ba, 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 ba. And this is the... Okay, nope. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Adam, hello. Adam Thaxton has joined the chat. Thanks for joining us. Maybe this should all be like singed. No, that's just messy. That's just sloppy. The other challenge I'm going to have is I'm going to try to put in, as you can see in the, where's my sketch? Oh, no, there it is. I have a, like a smoky brush, which I kind of feel like is cheating, but it also might be the only way to make it actually look like smoke is coming off this guy. But that's a problem for another day. That's a problem for another day. But I thought I'd mention it since I was talking about the singed bomber jacket. Okay, so. I just walked in the door. Which door? It's almost midnight here in Hell World, Florida. Oh, Florida. What amazing. What's the temperature like in Florida? You know, part of me wants to visit Florida someday. But another part of me says, oh my, I've heard things. I've heard things about Florida that It's infamous. Infamous. Maybe we make this bomber jacket really ripped. Dun, da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Something like that. So that would put our Space Corp logo right around here. Methinks. Methinks. I'm just going to draw it freehand. I'm not going to try to do anything fancy with. I feel like this is too long now. It's creating a tangent. Not a tangent. Almost a tangent. What if we just make all that black? Would that be wrong? I feel like that's okay. And then we have the... Alright, this is the part of the wrist. I've been playing... currently outside, my thermo says 87 Fahrenheit for freedom units and 92% humidity. Frogs outside are going nuts. I like frogs. Do you have the... what kind of frogs do you have in Florida? We have frogs here in Vancouver. I mean, obviously. Come on. I don't know, I'm just making marks now. That's not a good mark though. What are you looking at? This is be where the bicep comes down. Maybe we have some flesh coming off there. Why not? Why not? I don't think we need the bomber jacket anymore. I think we're done with the bomber jacket. All I got to do is the hand and the logo, and we're done. Our good friend. Oh, I got to do this other logo here. What goes in the other logo? I don't know. Cricket frog and greenhouse frog. I can hear Cuban tree frog, brown tree frog. You can hear all these frogs. You can recognize all the frogs by their sounds. Leopard frog, bullfrog. Bullfrog I could recognize. Gray tree frog, squirrel frog, and eastern toads. Cricket frog and greenhouse frog. That's a lot of frogs to be able to hear and identify. But hey, I guess that's Florida. All right. Not sure that is how the human hand works. Okay, we'll finish this up. Finish this handsome guy. Let's make this. Let's make him missing his these two chopped off. Let's put a little veiny thing there. Oi, oi. I don't know what those are. I just drew them. And then, yeah. Okay. Let's do our... Leave us now. Add the Space Corp logo. Just going to draw it freehand. Not going to trace it. Like I started to before, right? There's no need. There's no need. Nobody cares. Nobody cares but me. Joseph says, hello, Joseph. How are you? We have huge frog diversity. I can also make out 2 other frogs that I do not know. One might be a pine frog. I just don't know their calls. Is it the breeding season? Is it always breeding season in Florida for frogs? All right. There's the edge of the patch. There's the rocket ship. There's the blue area here. I might have to do some negative space drawing with my eraser. Something like that. Da, 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 da. So there's, right, something like that. And then sure, space corp. No one's going to notice that, but the people who are watching this live stream. No one's going to say later, hey, is that zombie wearing a Space Corp patch from Spaceship Zero? The famous the award-winning role-playing game that won the Silver Emmy in 2002 for Best Independent Role-Playing Game? That Space Corp? That Spaceship Zero? No, that's not going to happen. What am I missing? The only thing I'm missing now is this other patch. What is on? I need help from the chat. What's going to go on this other patch for the Rocketeer? Okay, you can get rid of the patch, the Space Corp patch. Don't need that anymore. And with that, you know what I'm going to do? This is like the pad that the let's just give it some texture. Ding 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 ba ba ba. Selin, hello. Welcome to the chat. It has been raining for the past 2 weeks. There's toadlets everywhere outside, like a carpet of tiny babies. I'm literally in the swamp. I see about 1 gator a week. That's amazing. It's the biggest gator. Well, tell us your most exciting gator story. Pacific Pearl, that's the name of the bomber from the heavy metal segment. Perfect. Perfect idea. Let me Google. I don't know if anything's going to come up. Pacific Pearl patch. That's Pacific Air Forces. Maybe that'll have to do. Pacific Pearl. It's kind of interesting. It's not the right shape of what I already drew, though. Pacific Pearl heavy metal. B-17. Was there any? See, here's a still from the movie. Let me pull it up for you guys. There it is. God, it's so tiny. Does it get bigger than that? No. Anyway, they didn't have any. There was no patches on those bomber outfits, which is sad. Which is very sad. So yeah, I guess we make our own. I could put a skull on it. That'd be cool. Okay, so bomber patch military. I don't know. Air Force bomber patches. I need something that is vaguely shield shaped. That's vaguely shield shaped. Is that a real? That doesn't look like a real. Custom military patches. This is. I wish my brother George were. Here's. Oh, okay. Here's one. I don't think that's real. But it might have to do the trick. Let me pull this. Let me copy image. Paste in here. You guys can see it. It does not look like a real patch. Anything else coming in from the chat? I was hoping that I had patches and a Lochnar is just a circle. Yeah, I know. That's okay. That's fine. We'll carry on. Maybe just do some shapes. There's another patch, and then this is a bomber. This is obviously a bomber, right? That's fine. That's fine. This can't get a lot of precision with this pen, and that was kind of the point. Don't wanna overdo it. Okay. And with that, once I get this patch done, we're gonna call it a night. We'll come back to the deep one drawing next time. So thank you for joining me, one and all. There's an update to the. Here, let me save my work. We're gonna bring the cat back in. Oh no! I caused a problem for myself. All right, let's see. Look what happened. So this is gonna be. Let's see. Rocketeer needs to go behind the cat. Go behind the cat. Why aren't you going behind the cat? Oh, because Kitty's in the cat. In. There we go. Rocketeer, go behind the cat. Whoa. Hello. What happened? God damn it. I'm having trouble with my layers. Right there. That's where I need you to go. No, you keep going. No, that's right. That's right. Okay. Sorry. Everything's cool. This goes in the kitty layer. Make that white. No! Wrong layer. Okay, make that white. And as you can see, now I've got this mess right here. So I'll have to fix that. I'll fix it now. God damn it. Okay. Let's make the kitty slightly transparent so I can see what I'm doing. I made it too. I went too far. So I'll fix it. I'll just fix it. Fix it. Ooh. Let's get it back down to 40, I think was what I had it. There. Something like that. No, that looks stupid. I was watching a documentary on Three's Company yesterday for some reason. I don't know why. I would do that. Okay. And then put that there. Is that too samey? That looks like 3 in a row. There we go. Something like that. That looks almost like something, vaguely. And that solves that problem. It's not as exciting as dynamic as the previous one. Here. We do that. I don't know. I'll come back to it. It bothers me a lot, actually. That really bothers me. Maybe I'm gonna have to make a try. I wanted to make the cat as big as possible, as if it's in the foreground, but I might have to size it down a little bit. God, it's just tricky. Maybe I'll give it more of an angle, and then that'll give me more room to. Apparently, there's some errant blips over here. All right. I'll post some weird and woolly gator stories in the Discord. I got fun ones and bad ones and weird ones. Yes, please. Yes, please, indeed. All right, so let me not make the same mistake. Let me keep the kitty on somewhat visible. Maybe that's our. That's our... I feel like... Oops, zoom out. Yeah, that's okay. It's not great. It'll do in a pinch. Trying to give some volume to some of this stuff to make it look like a real thing. Because right now it doesn't look like a real thing. It looks like a mess. Oh, it's getting worse. I'm making it worse. I don't want to have to look at reference for a torn... Maybe just keep it simple is the answer. Keep it simple. There. Done. Done. Let's stop looking at it. Yeah, if you're here watching this and you don't know, I do have a Discord where we people post their art and we talk, and this is where I announce the live streams. So next up is going to be the deep one. Star. I mean, they're all stars, right? And it will all be tied together with this. Where is it? With that. This will be more coming over here. But oops, wrong layer. But it'll be like, yeah, hopefully it'll tie the room together like the rug in The Big Lebowski. So thanks for joining me today. Oh, I was going to show you. I did some drawing yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Yesterday I took a break and I watched the Wuxia film that I rented from the library. You don't rent films, you borrow them. Here's progress on my Dark Sun drawing. I got 3 of the Erdlus. I got the Erdlu herder. And now I just have to do I feel like the most challenging part is probably going to be the ground and this thicket. There's supposed to be like a thicket behind her, and some of the Erdlu are in front of the thicket, some of the Erdlu are behind the thicket. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get that going, but there you go. There's a little sneak preview of hopefully an upcoming live stream, and that's all I have to say for now. Be good to yourself. Call your mom. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time on the internet. Thank you, Adam. Thanks for everyone for joining. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. Well, Celine. And thank you, Scott. And I will see you next time on the internet. And goodbye.